Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with IRS. Welcome to my YouTube station. It's the home of the 5-minute or less video. I can tell you everything you need to know. I worked at IRS for a decade. I've been in private practice for 4 decades, and yes, I'm a national expert in IRS resolution matters. I have a whole team of former IRS agents on staff, and I do these videos for 3 reasons. Number 1, to educate you. 2, to inform you on how IRS looks at things, working in this industry so long and having worked at IRS and being a teaching instructor for them. And number 3, so you don't get ripped off. If you want to see me and my staff, you may have recognized me on TV. I do a lot of TV interviews for the different stations, Fox, ABC, and all the rest of them. Just go to my website at 777irs.com and you can go ahead and find all our profiles right there. Today I want to talk to you that many people call me because they stress about not filing back tax returns. Ever since I started my first case, first case I worked, I had to knock on the door and go to a non-filer who'd never filed returns. And the person went ahead and told me how stressing it was, how painful it was during certain times of the year, and certainly during tax season when you see all the commercials, you know, your heart kind of beats a little. You know, there's a very streamlined process, and I don't know why everyone stresses so much. You know, what happens, it's like when you haven't filed 1 year, then that slides to 2 and slides to 3, and then all of a sudden it's out of control. You don't know what to do. The last person that called me hadn't filed in over 22 years. I can't even believe they had their last tax return. They actually did. Didn't do me any good or that person any good, but tell you about how easy it is to get back in the system. We have this streamlined process. You can use anybody, but for us, we have a streamlined process where we submit a power of attorney and you never ever have to talk to IRS. We pull your 1099s and W-2s, and from that, we can pretty much start to prepare your tax return with a little help from you. If you're self-employed, there's industry standards, and we can pull kind of general records to prepare your returns if you lost them. And then once you file those returns in about a month, 2, 3, 4 months, we can work out an agreement with IRS to take care of the debt, either through the offer and compromise program, the payment agreement program, or being put in hardship because you can't pay the debt. Most people who owe this cannot pay the debt. Most people who haven't filed are usually self-employed people, and they just don't have the money, and most people don't file because they're scared to file and they don't have the money to pay it. Well, IRS does understand this, so a majority of cases you get put in hardship. Now, what's the pros and cons to hardship? Well, the tax and penalties, interest still run, but IRS suspends your case for 2, 3 years till you can get yourself back on your feet. So I just want to tell you, if this is you, stop stressing. All you got to do is call us and we can get you back in the system worry-free without calling IRS. And if you don't have records, we can do reconstructions with a whole team of former IRS agents on staff. We know how to go ahead and reconstruct. So listen, just stop stressing. All you got to do is pick up the phone. Call anybody you want. I don't care if you go to H&R Block, Lady Liberty, or you're a lot wiser going to us because we really know the system. But stop the fear. IRS at some point is going to knock on your door. And the good news is, through IRS policy statement 5-133, you only have to file the last 6 years. That's all that's required. One call and you can stop all the worry and all the crap that goes on in your head at night. I should know. I've had so many calls throughout the years. So anyway, you know what to do. If this information was good, leave me a subscription. Really appreciate it. YouTube values good content and people who are honest with people and leave subscriptions, so I'd appreciate it. Leave a comment if you want you want me to do a video on something. I'm happy to consider doing that. Thank you so much.